Take two more, guys.
DC, I've got a question for you. You know, the interesting thing with this fight is that you were talked about, you know, all the emotion that you had going into Jon and all the loss, you know, that you didn't get with the Olympics. And I know you just talked about the feeling in that, but is Jon Jones going to be a figure that kind of looms over you? Will you rest until you have a chance to fight him again?
I mean, you know, as I said leading into this fight, like, we're so tied together, Jon and I. And I don't think that's going to change until we fight again. Like, you know, even if like, he beat me last time, but it's like, even in that, you know, you don't stop believing in yourself. I still think that I can beat him. I mean, I believe I can beat him, and I would love to compete against him again. You know, he's the best guy. So we're tied together, man, and I don't think we're ever going to be apart until I retire from the sport. So there's going to be a few. Cain Velasquez and Junior Dos Santos are tied together. Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard are tied together. That's just the way it is. And you know what? I think that's what's going to happen with Jon and I. Because think about it. I mean, Anthony's been phenomenal, and I beat him. So it's like, you know, look at what he did to Gustafsson. So there's a clear at the top. There's a clear two guys at the top of this division. So, you know, even if we were to fight and he somehow won again, I would just beat everybody else and we'd end up fighting again.
But how long can you wait for him?
I'm not waiting for him. I'm going to defend this title. I'm 36 years old. What do you mean, wait?
Well, you know what I mean. If he's out for a while, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's him. That's not my issue. Like, I didn't do, like, he put himself in the situation. He has to deal with those issues. And you know what, man? If Jon actually comes back and does things the correct way, it's going to be even more scary than he was before. Because now he's got everything in order, not just his life inside the gym and inside of the octagon. He's going to be even scarier than before.
Yeah, and I just want to ask you, you know, you referenced you would see Jon again. If you beat him, you're going to probably see him at least 2 more times. Is the prospect of going through that emotional grind overwhelming just because you know how emotional you got, you're probably going to be each time you see him? Is that kind of a daunting task to look at, knowing you may see him a couple more times, not just once?
I have to be better, Kev. I have to make sure that I'm not emotionally invested. I have to separate myself from that and know that I'm there to compete against that guy. And you know what, man? If I can keep my emotions in check, I can get the job done. We had a very tough fight early, and then Jon stayed the course and did a phenomenal job of winning those last 2 rounds going away. He does a great job. I mean, if we're talking about fighting, he's as good as they come. So I have to separate myself from the emotion, and if I can do that, I'll feel fine going into a rematch.
Thank you, guys.
Dave, no. Dave. Guys, what is it with Dave Schaller, and when him and I are on a stage together, people just are so disrespectful? Ryan Bader just came up here. If Dana was here, Bader would have never did that. Jones kicked Schaller's ass. Jones kicked your ass at the press conference at the MGM Grand.
That was John Anik.
What is this deal? I mean, seriously, what's up with that? Why do they disrespect Schaller in that way?
Have a good night, everybody. Congratulations.
Schaller, come on.